Hi guys, today is June 8th, 2020 and futures are pointing to a higher open. Actually, Nasdaq futures are lower a little bit, and that's all on the heels of the Friday jobs report. US added 2.5 million jobs versus 8.3 million loss expected, and that's a much better number, and economists didn't expect that, and it means that the recovery is actually a V-shaped recovery, and people are very optimistic about the opening. And let's jump to SPY, ETF for S&P 500, and SPY is I still have this drawing of the ascending triangle for SPY, and it was going higher, and it's a very bullish pattern, ascending triangle, but right now it's trading in the range that I will be very afraid to go into stocks, because RSI is sitting at like 73, 74, and I think it's very dangerous to get into stocks at this point. And so I will be watching out for pockets of opportunities, but in general it's a lot of stocks that are overbought, and it's very difficult to find stocks that are not overbought. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. So let's jump to corporate news, and stocks that are jumping a lot is first of all airline stocks. They're jumping this morning, like Delta Airlines and United Airlines and JetBlue. All these companies, all these stocks are jumping. JetBlue. All these stocks are jumping every morning a lot, and they're very overbought. So I would be very careful in buying them. So these companies would be at this point just a watch in my opinion, and especially American Airlines, and American Airlines is jumping pre-market, and it's actually the airline that has a lot of debt and has a lot of issues, and I would be very careful with this stock. Okay, let's jump to other things like LVS, like it's Las Vegas Sands, which is casino stock, and a lot of casino stocks are actually higher again this morning, and because casinos are opening, and there are a lot of lines in the casinos, actually people trying to get in, and but in general I saw a piece on some analysts saying that it will be, I think, Sean Kelly from Bank of America, and he said that the room rates will fall without conferences and concerts, and I agree with him. And but LVS is the company, is the casino stock that's the least overbought in my opinion, and could be a good opportunity to get in into this stock. And Wynn Resorts is also presenting a pretty good setup, but in general it's pushing a lot higher. And but I don't know, I would be more comfortable with LVS at this point. Okay, so let's jump to other stocks. Tesla, and Tesla always has news, and Tesla said that China's CPCA says that Tesla's sold 11,095 vehicles, China-made vehicles in May, and that's up 205% month over month. And the stock is jumping pre-market, and Tesla. Oh, it's a opening bell, and Tesla I think is going higher actually, because as you can see here, I wrote that these points, the double bottom points, and looks like Tesla stock is going higher. Okay, so AMAT stock is actually down a little bit after the open, and but saw some changes in management, and actually this stock would be a very good opportunity to get in at these prices. And also I like AMD, and I like NVDA. I wouldn't be shy to get into those companies on a pullback. Okay, so GPS, which is Gap. That company reported on Friday first quarter loss of $2.51 versus 67 cents expected, and revenue below, but noted improvement of online sales. Also reported that 55% of stores now open, and this is a decent company to get in on a pullback, but it's also pushing like RSI into an overbought territory. Okay, another company is Work, which is Slack Technologies, and this company actually reported on Friday revenue came in at 7% above estimates, 90,000 net new customers, but only 12,000 net paid additions versus 14,000 expected. And actually it's a worse number because it had previously disclosed 9,000 net adds through March 26. So not as impressive numbers for work, and I would be very, very careful with this company because I think it's going lower. Okay, so but the companies that I do like is solar companies, so like CSIQ, and they previously reported a pretty good quarter, and I think they're going higher on higher oil. As you know that as oil goes higher, it will be people try to use alternative energy because they don't want to pay for expensive oil. And JKS previously reported that they received final determination by U.S. International Trade Commission confirming no infringement on Hanwha Q-Cells patent. So this company is higher, and I think it's a pretty good time to get in. And another company, SPDR. Okay, SunPower also I like. It's going higher. Okay, KTB is Contour Brands, and KTB is a maker of Lee and Wrangler jeans. Was upgraded to positive from neutral by Susquehanna Financial, noting growth in orders from a lot of retailers. As you know, a lot of retailers are trying to reopen, and they're ordering pretty much clothes and jeans, and they're ordering from Contour Brands. And I think they present a pretty good setup, even though they're a little bit too high in my opinion. So if they come down a little bit, like low 20s, I would be interested to buy this company. Okay, BA. So Boeing is jumping this morning because Seaport Global Securities initiated coverage with a buy rating and 277 price target, saying that pandemic-related risk is now priced in, and Boeing cash flow could be higher than expected. But in general, I think Boeing is trading very high, like RSI 81, and I think it has to come down for me to buy it. I'm not sure what this analyst is looking at, but in my opinion, it has a lot of problems, and it needs to come down for me to buy this. Okay, MRNA, Moderna was initiated coverage by Barclays this morning with overweight rating based on its vaccine candidate to be first on the market. And in general, I mean, I don't know if it's a good or bad setup for a technical setup for Moderna, but in general, I think it's a much better point of entry than before when it was overextended and sitting at like $85, $87. So Moderna is a decent buy to me. Dunkin' Donuts, DKN. Okay, Dunkin' Donuts is jumping this morning, but because it was upgraded to overweight from sector weight by KeyBank Capital Markets, noting good execution by a restaurant chain during the pandemic. And I think in the mid 60s, that's a pretty good stock to buy. But right now, it's a little bit too high for me to get in. Okay, CFG is a Citizen Group, Citizen Financial Group was upgraded or maintained as overweight by Morgan Stanley with the new price target of $36. And in general, a lot of bank stocks are upgraded this morning, and a lot of them are jumping. But it's a little bit too high for me to get in right now. But if it comes down like in maybe high 20s, that would be a good buy to me. CFG. A lot of oil companies are jumping this morning as well, like Chesapeake Energy is jumping like 58%, and Oxy is jumping like 9%, 10%, and all of them are pretty overextended, and they're jumping because OPEC and its allies agreed to extend the existing production cuts of 9.7 million barrels until August. So that's very exciting news for all these oil companies. But I actually like SLB, and I like which is Schlumberger, and I like COP, which is ConocoPhillips. These two companies I like the most out of the oil bunch, and I think they would be a good buy, even though they're a little bit high and a little bit overbought in my opinion as well. Okay, so and I'm looking at a company called Nikola Corporation. Nikola is up 14% this morning. I didn't see any news, but as you know, they have merged with VTIQ recently, and they have created a new company called the Nikola Corporation. And Nikola, which is an electric company, received much needed financing from VTIQ, and that company is higher, and I liked it, and but it's jumping too high this morning, and I think I would like it to come down for me to trade it. Okay, and another company that I'd like to give you is MGTA, which is the Magenta Therapeutics. Magenta was upgraded this morning by Goldman. It's a clinical stage biotech, develops stem cell transplant and gene therapies. Goldman upgraded to buy from neutral with the price target of $15. That could be a good opportunity to buy this company. All right, guys, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you on Thursday.